With the transfer window activity and team spending, which teams can boast the most expensive squad? Well, I am Anishilowo, Jimmy Anishilowo. Welcome to Money Talks, and I'm here with Ayola to discuss this. So, Ayola, our analyst, which teams have the most expensive squad?
So, obviously, we'd have to look at the European teams because that's where the bulk of the money in football is. And the top 10 is completely full of European teams. We're talking Tottenham, starting off the top 10. Obviously, we have teams like Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. And then when you go into the top 5, it's Paris Saint-Germain, whose squad is around 900 million, 950 million. And they will enter the 1 billions, likes of Chelsea, number 4, likes of Arsenal, number 3, Man City, number 2, and European champions Real Madrid, number 1. Squad is worth over 1.6 billion euros at the moment.
Yes, so based on this, I think you can guess what my second question is going to be. Are these squads what?
Well, it really depends on which squad in particular, because a team like Real Madrid, it's hard to argue that the squad that they have is not worth it. If you have players like Mbappe, Vinicius, players like Rodrigo, Fede Valverde, players whose values are around 100 million, of course, you're going to have a squad like that. And it also shows on the pitch, champions of Europe, champions of La Liga. If you go further down the list, a team like Manchester City are in the same boat, players like Erling Haaland, also close to 100 million in value. Also champions of England and Champions League quarterfinalists last season, champions the season before. So yes, we'd say the squad is worth it. Arsenal, of course, have a lot of young stars as well, and they also have a lot of value in the team. And well, the team is doing well. Maybe they haven't done as well as some people would want them to, but you can't say that they're not worth the value that they currently have. And then you get to a team like Chelsea, whose squad value is essentially because they have 44 players, compared to teams like above them or below them that have 20, 25, 23 players. So their squad value is heavily inflated by the number of players that they have at the moment. And on the pitch, it's really not different. If you ask if they are worth it, the answer will probably be no, based on the average quality of players that they have. I mean, the players were only good enough to get them into the Europa Conference League, playing against teams that have 500-seater capacity stadiums. So it's hard to justify the amount that they are worth right now and say that, oh, Chelsea's squad is worth this amount of money.
So this team value, is it calculated based on the amount, transfer fee, or the overall player value?
Well, no, it's according to Transfermarkt, where the numbers come from. It's not about the transfer fee, because a team like Manchester United, for example, in the last 5 years, they've spent over 1.6 billion euros on players, and their current squad is worth only about 800 million euros. So it's not about the amount of money that you spent. Because if you look at Real Madrid that I mentioned earlier, they have players like Mbappe who came on a free transfer. Players like Thibaut Courtois, who is one of the most expensive goalkeepers in the world, but he was only signed for 35 million euros. So it's more about the player values, how much this player is worth at this moment.
So there you have it. Do you agree with Ayola that some of these teams, that their squad value are not worth it? Or do you have other opinions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I am Anishilowo, Jimmy Anishilowo, and this is Money Talks.